Hi, good morning. My name is Ali-Kerr. I am the HR director at Hyatt Regency Trinidad. I've been in HR for over 20 years. Just a love and a genuine care for people. And how are we as HR practitioners able to create a productive and profitable work environment by using our key resources, our people, our human assets? The book that I wrote is called The Master Guide to Leadership Through the Lens of Care. I wrote this book because I have always been rooted in care, and that comes from my mom. And I have found that that has been my differentiator as an HR practitioner. I have been asked on many occasions, Aka, how do you get that resilience and that passion for people and people to go above and beyond? And it's because of how I treat people, how I respect people. There's a quote that always comes to mind from John Maxwell. It says, people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that is just so true. So the book really speaks about how, as leaders, we become a better version of ourselves. How do we ensure that our team responds in a positive way? They are loyal. They are willing to go above and beyond, as I said previously. This book really guides leaders through my journey. It's a practical application for my experiences as a leader. How do you pivot, especially during this crisis, this pandemic? Care is integral in how we get persons through this season to another season. So this book really helps the leader understand, and the leader does not have to be a seasoned leader. It could be someone just starting leadership. Now, when I talk about care, I don't want persons to misunderstand. Care does not mean that you do not hold people accountable. Care does not mean that you do not have key performance indicators. Care means it's not your what, but it's your how. You treat people how you want to be treated. You respect persons the way you would like to be respected. And when that is rooted in everything that you do and everything that you say, you create a productive and a profitable work environment. My mom, my Runali, she she was just amazing. She embodied love for people and a genuine love for people. I always remember on the day that we celebrated mom's going home ceremony and the amount of people that showed up and the type of accolades that was shared about my mother. It really kind of brought to the forefront for me what mom meant to others and how consistent she was with others, because the theme, the thread that tied all those accolades together was love, was care, was respect. And those tenets, those words of wisdom, it's part of who I am. It's part of my DNA. And it has allowed me to learn and to grow and to evolve and to be a high performance leader that I am today. For me, what I think is really missing from leaders is not the what, is the how. Many leaders, and I'm not sure if it is because of our history. We were in a place in our history where colonization existed. So that approach of do as I do, I'm giving you an instruction, has somehow been inculcated into our work environment as leaders. For me, a leader, we are there to serve. And in serving, we are able to get the best out of people. As leaders, we are there to show that genuine love and passion for people. If you lead people, you must love them. You must think the best of them. And for me, that is what is missing from leaders. We need to care for people. We need to be that motivation. We need to be that conduit, the catalyst for persons to be comfortable and more so productive in a work environment. There's been many instances persons have called to get my feedback on how to do things. And my first question is always, what was the message? How did you communicate the message? Did you listen? Did you get feedback? Or did you make a decision and say, this is the decision? How do we involve our teams in decisions? How do we let them know that you are of value? The most important asset any organization has is a human asset. And like any other asset, how are you taking care of that asset? How are you investing in that asset? How do you ensure that you are getting the best from that asset? And it's how you treat people. It's how you care for people and how you allow people to be the best versions of themselves. Mhm. Three indispensable mandates of leadership for me, and transformational, yes, because we are there to ensure that people kind of grow consistently. So you create a continuous learning environment. A mandate for me as a leader is, how do I show care with action? What do I mean? Care is a verb. It's a doing and a telling word. How do you ensure that your care evokes action? So you can't just say that you care, you have to show how you care. When you come into the office, good morning, so and so, how are you doing today? You make a genuine connection with people. The other mandate that we have as leaders is that we need to be consistent with everything. If you have a policy, how do you apply that policy? Is it consistent? Is it with no bias? Is it objective? And leaders understand that if you want an environment that is productive, you need to also have accountability as part of your mandate. So it's consistency with accountability. First, how do we hold ourselves accountable for being the best versions of ourselves and walking the talk? And then, if others in your culture or your working environment are not in alignment with your core values, how do you hold them accountable? That is very critical. And as leaders, we have to be competent. Do not promote yourself into incompetence. What does that mean? If you're a leader, understand that your technical skills has to evolve. You have to continuously learn and grow. So that ensures that you are always following best practice. So you must be competent. But leaders, always remember your competence with a bad attitude does not augur well for productivity and profitability. So when you marry those tenets, those mandates, care with action, consistency with accountability, and competence with the right attitude, you have been able to create a productive work environment that is able to get through different seasons. Right now, the season of this pandemic, if you have those mandates and those tenets rooted in your culture, you will be able to get through this crisis and go on to your next season. What differentiates this book, The Master Guide to Leadership Through the Lens of Care, is that it's a practical book. It is not filled with jargon and theory. We are already inundated with books and textbooks about leadership and different things. What I have done is that I have used my 20 years of experience and I've shared with you what has worked. This is a practical application to leadership. It's not a book that you have to look and you have to check, what does this word mean? What does this acronym mean? This book is literally a supplement to many other leadership books that you have. Because I have used theory and I have inculcated it into my day-to-day process. So you would see what I do on a daily basis, what were my success stories, and more importantly, how could you use that as part of your guiding principle as you work daily as a leader. The leader should walk away when they have finished reading this book that being a caring leader separates you every time. When people stay with you because of who you are and what you represent, that is what is taken away from this entire book, this master guide. It's then many leaders I have found they struggle with, I know what to do, I have the knowledge, I've gone to school, and I still cannot create a productive work environment. This book says you're competent, but do you have the right attitude? Are you a caring leader? Are you the leader that you would like to follow? I always ask myself in everything that I do and I say, Aka, if that was said to you or done to you, how would it make you feel? This book shows that whatever you do and whatever you say, if you don't receive it well, then others won't. So you do what you appreciate. You say how you would feel ignited and energized to go above and beyond. Those are the key takeaways from this book. So I have some exciting news. So this is my first book. I am in uncharted territory for me. So what I've done is that I have entered a competition through a website called publicizer.com. And this competition has the opportunity to open the publishing of my book via an international publisher. But the precursor to attaining this milestone is that I have to get 500 pre-orders of my book by the 15th of April, 2021, which gives me just about 3 weeks to get that 500 pre-orders. Now, the cost of the book is 25 US, and that includes shipping and handling. But in addition, what I've done is that I've added some bonuses to that $25 because I want the book, in addition to showing you how to use the tenets of the book, really actualize so that you get the best value proposition. So I have 3 different bonuses when you purchase a book. One bonus is that I will facilitate a course called Leadership in Crisis. It's a John Maxwell certified course that is normally charged to persons who are attending, but I'm going to give you that as a bonus because I'm also a John Maxwell certified trainer and coach. So that bonus is going to be a complimentary accent to the purchase. The next bonus that I've extended is that a lot of persons have asked, Aka, how do you lead through the lens of care? So I have actually developed a training course, which is about an hour, that really shows you how do you lead through the lens of care. And I added in one more bonus for my HR practitioners who I love dearly, me being one as well. I have offered a complimentary training session for an hour teaching HR practitioners how do we apply our knowledge and experience and how do we have to change HR for the 21st century vis-a-vis work from home. Who would have ever thought? But now you must have a policy and a procedure that guides your team members from working from home to be productive. So those 3 bonuses comes with, and of course you choose one, with that $25 purchase. I really need the support of everyone. For me, this is an opportunity also to put Trinidad on the map, to have a local author being out there in the world of leadership. As I said before, we have many books about leadership, but think about, do we have books on leadership from a local author? And this competition will give me the opportunity to allow Trinidad to shine, to continue to be a beacon for this nation.